Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to EuroStep, live on YouTube, live on EuroLeague TV, live from Belgrade, from Serbia. I'm here with my co-host Dane Arlauckas, covering this amazing Final Four.
Enough about me, Sofia. We got the real legend in the house today.
Exactly, our living EuroLeague legend with us today. We can tell that it's Final Four because he is with us today. Theo Papaloukas, is that right? Like a Greek way?
Thank you for pronouncing for once in the right way.
We did it. We did it. Thank you so much for being with us today. It's a pleasure to talk to you about basketball, about your impressions, and have fun because that's what we're here for. And that's why I want to invite everyone to post your questions, to comment on YouTube. We love receiving your love. So don't forget to send your predictions because we love hearing you guys. And also don't forget that we have a very special EuroLeague discount for you with the code, write down, F420. You can enjoy a 20% off on the final last two games that we have left for this Final Four. And also, just a reminder that you can also purchase individual games on EuroLeague TV to watch your favorite team. So what are you waiting for? And now, before we jump into what we lived last night, it was wild, it was crazy. We were here. I think you could saw it on today on the Final Four show. We have to talk to our guests, our amazing guests. I think one of the best that we've had so far on EuroStep, because you have some experience on the Final Four. You know what it is to like winning the title. And first, I want to ask you, what is it like to be back in Belgrade, to be back on a Final Four?
Thank you for inviting me. For me, it's very special being in Belgrade because I played a lot of games with my clubs for EuroLeague, but also it's the place that I won the gold medal with my national team back in the days. So it's a great arena, as everybody can understand, even if you are not here and you see it from the TV. And the atmosphere was great yesterday, as you saw. For me personally, losing in the last second the way it was tough, but both games were great, exciting, and I think everybody enjoyed watching them, even if they could not be present in the arena and just watching from the TVs or from their laptops.
You know, Theo, the two teams that are in the final right now, they both have a lot of experience. Anadolu, very recent experience. Real Madrid, they were here a few years ago in Belgrade when they won it. A lot of the players, they know what this is like. There's some new players that don't know what it's like. But what's it like for a first-time player and a guy who has been here before? Is it different when you have a little experience?
While discussing with friends of mine before the game about the first semifinal Olympiacos Efes, I was trying to explain to them that for me, Efes had an advantage because 11 of their 12 players, they had already played the Final Four. From Olympiacos, it was only 3 players, as far as I can remember. It's Lucas, Papanikolaou, and Prindesis.
Yeah.
This is a big thing because Final Four is a different tournament. Everybody's coming. When you're a newcomer and you come in the arena and you see all the GMs, all the legendary players, all the players that you saw when you were younger and they were watching you. You see agents, you see a lot of people admire you. The atmosphere in the hotel or here, it's different.
The media.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to understand that it's a new situation that you have to be prepared. And as much as you're prepared, if you don't experience it, you're never ready. Every time you come, it's a new experience. I had the privilege to be part of teams like Olympiacos and CSKA, and I was present in 9 Final Fours. So, I remember the first time you come, it's the excitement is so big, and this keeps you a little bit unfocused because you think different stuff. The more times you come, it's easier. And I think yesterday that's what we saw. The experience helped very much Efes to stay in the game, then to go up front, and then to win a very important semifinal.
Not only you have been on the Final Four, but you've won 2 times, 2006 and 2008, and 2007 MVP of
Those
of
were a
the
busy 3
season.
years, weren't they?
So I want to ask you, what's your favorite Final Four memory?
The favorite Final Four memory is the one that you win and you are MVP. So in Prague, I had the privilege to be part of CSKA, and we won, and I was the MVP. The second best is the one that I didn't play that good. I was positive, but I was not the man. So it's important to be helpful for your team.
Yeah.
So the second most important is the one that we had in Madrid that we won again, and I was lucky because my teammates were good enough, so we won. And the third one is in Athens, because even though I had one of the best games of my career in the final, we lost. So if I have to choose, I prefer, of course, the one that I was MVP and we won. But the other situation is very easy to choose the one that your team wins. It's more painful to be the one of the best players on the court and to lose. It's very painful.
Which is what happened yesterday with the MVP of the season.
Yes, you talk about the second. Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
this
stuck.
year.
I'm stuck in the first semifinals. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. It was a tough mental game yesterday between Barca and Madrid. As far as I remember, I think the record was 7-0 for Real
No,
against.
it was 2019 the last time that.
But in
Madrid
general,
won.
the last times they played together,
no,
I think
no.
it's
Yeah,
7-0.
7-0.
So-
Both National League and Europe.
Exactly. So that was the problem. I think they had to take care of this stress. Real had nothing to lose. Also, the injury in the beginning of was
Of course.
maybe helps them to feel a little bit lighter, But on the other hand, they stayed in the game, and in the end, they achieved something really big. And it's very big also for that have chance to win the championship, but also for psychological reasons.
Yes. So we're gonna jump into what happened yesterday on the semifinals. If anyone wants to send questions to Theo, please feel welcome to do that, and we're gonna be asking those questions to him. And you were mentioning earlier the game, the first semifinal between Olympiacos and Efes, how tight it was. The defending champions Efes fought hard, and as Olympiacos did, anyone could have won it, but finally it was a last shot for Misic who got it. Do you think that the crowd, because they felt like an Olympiacos at home game, do you think the crowd helped Olympiacos or kind of harmed them?
They could not harm them because it was like playing in Piraeus. But in the beginning, the crowd was very helpful. Then the game didn't help them to be more engaged to the game. And in the end, if you go to one shot game, as you can understand, both of you, because you played in one shot, in one game, especially when it's
Anything.
yes, and when the game is tied, it's much easier to make to take and to make the last shot because you have nothing to lose. It was a really tough shot. Mrs. Okay, is big player, great personality. He can do a lot of things, almost everything on the court, and he made a really tough shot. Vezenkov played great defense. I don't know if you saw it in the replay because I watched it a lot of times. Yes, exactly. And he makes he makes a big step on the left and like
He knew it was coming. He knew the step back was coming, didn't he? I mean, he defended it perfectly.
I totally agree with you. So it's one shot, nothing to lose.
Yeah.
You just go overtime.
Actually, do you want to see my reaction to that shot? Let's watch
Who
it.
doesn't? Everybody was in shock.
That was unbelievable. They won the Olympic final.
And you know what's even worse? That with 0-2, even if you score, it doesn't count.
No, you can't put it up. You might as well just end the game right there, no?
It was even worse that it's 0-2. You have to
go
make that.
back.
Even if you score, you lose. So
Yeah, true.
Yeah, the man of the match, Misic, it was his time to shine, wasn't it? I mean, he's here in Belgrade. And even Ataman said it in the huddle. He said, "We're going to Misic. Let's let him win the game."
he's signing for a long time now, and it's one of the players that you really enjoy watching them because he does everything on the court. He can shoot outside. He has the middle shot that's very difficult in basketball. He can penetrate. He can pass. He can play defense, rebound. He's a general on the court. It's one of the players that I enjoy watching. And to these kind of players, you don't give them the opportunity to kill you because they will take them. And like from the experience that I have from all these years, I say that these games are defined. No, I don't know if it's the right word, but by players with great personality.
Yeah.
And Misic and Larkin are these kind of players that you don't want them to give them the opportunity.
They're champions, right? I mean, this is what they do.
Yeah.
Another champion is Bogdan Bogdanovic, which he had this to say about last night's game. He's been awfully vocal on Twitter watching from overseas.
Yeah, it was such a game, and we have people from YouTube commenting Efes back to back.
Oof.
We'll find out that about tomorrow. And could Mitic be F4 MVP? We'll see. We'll see.
He has a lot of chances if he plays. He has a really good game and Efes wins, I think, because of he made the big shot in the semifinal. Otherwise, it can be Larkin or.
I want to ask you something though. Do you think Efes used up all the 3-pointers yesterday? Is that a thing that comes up? They were so hot from 3 points. Shane, Misic at the end. I mean, is that something that comes into your mind as a player? Oh my God, we made so many deep balls yesterday. Is this gonna game of averages sort of thing balance us out?
I don't think. The thing is that you have to think if the shots that they were taking are good choices.
Yep.
You know, because what if it comes a good choice, you have to take it. Otherwise, it's better to take a good choice shot and you don't score it,
Right.
because you have balance also in offense and back in defense. You don't get fast breaks. So no, the game was like this. Sorry.
No, sorry. It was a tight matchup between two massive clubs in Europe. Do you think it was one of the best Final Four games that we've ever seen?
A lot of Final Four, a lot of games, but I know it was in a high level, and that's the most important, because it's important in the Final Four, that is the end of the season, to watch this kind of high level games. And I'm really happy for the level. I wish one of the results would be different, but okay.
Now it's time to go to what we have left to see what the two teams, Efes and Real Madrid, are looking into the Final Four trophy.
It's our time to go claim what we've been chasing and win a championship.
You're working for times like this.
This really is fairy tale stuff. Anadolu Efes Istanbul fulfilled their championship destiny.
And the other semifinal could also be considered EuroLeague Classic, since it was only won by 3 points by Real Madrid. And even Mike James praised the performance of players like Nikola Mirotic. Do you think he proved yesterday why he won the MVP of this EuroLeague season?
Yeah, I mean, Nikola, he came out and he played the game he needed to play, didn't he? I mean, he was the focal point of the offense. He made the shots when he needed to make the shots, and really he's been kind of questioned about that in recent times. But the loss yesterday had nothing to do with him. I think he was there. He started off well, and he continued to play. They went for him every time. They were looking for him, and towards the end of the game, I mean, Nikola was right there. He kept Barcelona in the game, and I don't think that Nikola, that you can chalk that up to Mirotic yesterday.
Mirotic is one of the greatest players we've seen. He proved it a lot of times. He doesn't have to prove everything. If you ask me, he had a great season. It was tough to decide who could be the MVP, him or Mike James, to be honest. But again, he showed character. He showed how high-level player he is. He came on the court and he did what he was, what was programmed. The team was programmed to play like this. Okay. Still, I quit basketball 9 years ago, but I try to go mostly from the athlete's side.
Yeah.
So I understand everybody wants to play good. And some players in the level of Mirotic that they proved so many times. If you look at statistically, okay, you can have to have some bad games, but the percentage you have to keep. So you cannot talk about Nikola Mirotic if he's not a good player.
How much time is left for this Barcelona team? Because this was the team that was built to win. And how much time do they have left? Do you think as long as Mirotic, Efes are there, they always have chances?
Clubs like Barcelona, Real, Olympiacos, Panathinaikos, Maccabi, CSKA, they will find their way because the name is so big that the players, they come and go. They have good periods and bad periods. But these clubs, and that's what the good of sports in high level, the big clubs will be there and they will find. The most important to find the right talent.
Well, we're going to talk about Madrid, who pulled off the miraculous win. I mean, it looked like they were dead in the water for about, 3/4 there. Right? And all of a sudden, in the middle of the third quarter, things just changed around. First of all, before we talk about them last night, let's just talk about how they turned things around at the end of the season, because it was really, they crawled into the playoffs and they've turned things around. And this is just, is there something about Real Madrid when you get into these sort of situations, these Final Fours, these big important games?
I think it was nice for them that nobody was talking about them.
Yeah.
They are the underdogs.
Yeah, which doesn't happen often.
Yes.
Well, I have to say that a lot of people that are even Barcelona fans told me Real Madrid is taking the semifinal and Real Madrid is taking the Final Four title. A lot of people, and I was surprised because I like Madrid and I didn't even think first that they would get to the Final Four based upon the end of the season that they had. And then when they came here and I saw that they were facing in the semifinal Barcelona, again, they were beaten 7-0, so you don't expect to win. And then at the end of the first half, you could see in their faces, you can see the bench, like that attitude of like being already defeated. I didn't think they could make it, but a lot of people think that they will win this Final Four even before they came to the Final Four.
That's the beauty of a Final Four, because in one game, everything can happen. And psychology is very important in sports, especially in the highest level. And you can understand how this can change in 1 or 2 minutes. And especially now with the way basketball is growing, you see, Olympiacos was 5 points up, Efes was 5 points up, the same again. And on the other game, the difference was going up and down, and you see difference 10, 12, 15 points going like this in 2-3 minutes. And that's, it keeps, I think it's nice. It's not nice when you're on the court and you lose, but for the sport, for the action, it's really nice because, you stay there and you're focused.
What was the thing that turned the game around for Real Madrid there in that third quarter?
They didn't quit.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
They were there waiting for their chance.
Yeah.
And I think, most of the people that they're not close to one team, they said Barcelona.
Yeah.
So this is heavy.
Yeah.
You have to carry it.
Yeah. So Sofia and I were talking about Fabian Coser, because Fabian Coser is a fantastic player. He'll never get MVP like claims or anything like that, but he's a guy who coaches have to love. Heart, effort, does all the intangibles, and then he'll score points as well. But in that third quarter, there was a little span where it seemed like he took over. And for me, he's just such a fantastic player, such an intangible of this Real Madrid team.
This kind of players is all the teams and all the coaches want.
Yeah.
He's the guy that he's gonna be there doing the right things for the team, and when the team needs him, he's gonna be there, take the responsibility and help. And in the highest level, you don't need good players. You need, if you ask me, you need good teammates.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if you want to be in this level, you have to be a good player.
Yeah.
And that's why he is, because not only we can talk about his performance on the court as a player, but I was talking to you, Dane, yesterday during the game, how Poirier got a little bit upset after a rebound, after an action.
He missed that rebound on the free throw.
And he kind of got upset, got the ball, and was trying and then Fab went to him and he was like, calm down, it's okay, heads up, and let's go to the bench and, start over. So that's the kind of players that you need, especially in games with so much pressure like this.
You need to have clear mind, because the pressure is very high, the tempo is high, your heart is beating very strongly, so you need somebody, you have less oxygen in your head because you're getting tired. So you need somebody to be there and to know the right way to calm you down, because it does mean if you say to everybody one thing, it will work everybody. You have a different way to calm, I have a different. So you need the right person to go and say the right thing to each guy, and he did it.
Yeah.
Speaking of great players, I mean, Luka Doncic was watching, he was tuning in. He was here last time when Real Madrid won in Belgrade. He had this to say. Look at that. He's got a few other things on his mind right now, doesn't he? He's in the Western Conference Finals, but he was up late last night and watching the game. I guess it wasn't that so late last night.
Yeah, but all eyes were on these games because also Bogdanovic, as we've said, Mike James, Luka Doncic. At the end of the day, we have to recognize that we're very privileged to be here, to be living this, and the games yesterday couldn't be better. Last time Madrid won a Final Four, it was in 2018, and it was in Belgrade. Do you think they can do it again?
Karma, eh? You never know. It's important because, as you can realize, a lot of talent is providing players to the NBA. And all these players, they learn the basic and they learn how to play the game here in Europe. They played in EuroLeague, and this is a big thing. It's like a medal. We have to understand this, and we have to promote it.
Yeah. So Madrid's chances tomorrow. What do you think? I know what you're gonna say. It's a one game.
No, I'm saying. I think Efes has a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Madrid has some issues. If it was mathematics, it was maths, it would be tough. I think it has a little bit advantage, but I don't know how much effective will be on them that they played against Barcelona, because it's not just a big semi-final, it's also Clásico for them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I know has psychological pressure on them. And when you win, it's like you're getting empty.
Right.
But normally, if I have to pick, I don't know. Honestly, if it was both of them full, I would say Efes.
If it was full strength, both teams.
I don't try to avoid. I'm saying if
Okay.
it was both, because Efes is out, Misic has pain,
Yeah.
Krunoslav is out,
Right.
Uruguay has pain. It's not. I'm not trying to avoid.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, they have only Yul, that the point guard goes not playing. So we will see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have been saying this throughout all these Final Four, because it's just one game, so anything can happen. Anyone can win. Like the last shot from Mitch, it's like you take one shot, you missed it, you go to the overtime, and maybe Olympiacos takes you, and you got lucky and you score it, and then it's over.
I saw. All right. Just real quick. 3, 2, 1. Who wins?
It's a tight game.
No, it's not a tie game.
If it's
Come
a tight-
on, Theo,
If it's a
come
tight
on,
game,
man.
I would pick Efes.
Okay. MVP.
If it's Real, whom it could be now? That's tough. Who you pick from Real?
I'm picking Yul. The way he played yesterday, and he's
Yes.
with,
Without him, they cannot. You're right.
wait,
They
they
cannot play.
cannot.
And from the other hand, Misic, he cannot
Yeah.
play that. Without him right now, it's tough to win. So Misic and Yul.
All right.
The
Love
typical.
it. There you have it.
Do you think we're gonna have a lot of FS fans here tomorrow?
Difficult. It's a big question. We'll see.
We'll see. I don't know if they will be here, but I'm sure they'll be watching, because a lot of them are here on YouTube saying, Jiki Academy Panther is saying Efes, Ali Rusgar champions Efes. Someone else was saying also Efes back to back. I mean, it would be awesome if Efes does it again, because Olympiacos was the last team in doing this back in 2013. So it would be huge for a team like Efes.
And I think Efes had the most chances to win the year that we didn't have the Final Four because of pandemic. It's gonna be a big thing, especially the way if they do it like this. It's gonna be a really big thing.
Yeah, and I don't know if you remember, but last year Real Madrid lost against Efes in the game
playoffs,
5 of the
yeah.
playoffs.
Yes.
Like, it was a
A
very
lot of
tight
history
game,
there.
and
Yeah.
they had history with Barcelona, history with Madrid.
It's kind of a cool matchup, isn't it? It's the new kids on the block, the super powerhouse
yes.
right now against the old legends, the kings of Europe.
It's nice. It gives nice stories around it.
And talking about stories, the ones that Coach Araman has left us with this week and on his way to the Final Four, because every time he opens his mouth, it's like a lot of statements, strong statements come out of it, and he was strong, confident that they were going to win this Final Four. Remember, in this playoff game against Milan. What do you think about it? Do you think that's paying off?
It's nice to have nice comments, and as long as they stay civilized, and they are, because some people, they can say something,
Right.
but always he believed in his team. and he was saying, I don't know if he believes it 100% or he does it to support his team psychologically.
Yeah.
But both, when you are a winner, it's easy to say whatever you
Right.
want. But okay, I think he does it to support his team, and it's very important that he's there. He's in the final.
Yeah, that was. I talked to Shane about it. I talked to Shane when he just got into the team hotel, arriving from the airport. And he was like, he gave a little laugh. He was like, "Yeah, that's coach for you. I mean, that's who he's gonna be. Who he's gonna be. And you'd rather have a coach that's confident than somebody who doesn't believe or is a little subdued about it." So yeah, Efes and Madrid tomorrow in the final, the championship. We still aren't really sure who Theo picked, but we know the MVPs from each team. If that's at least one thing.
So
we know.
whom you pick? Thank you. Exactly. It's easy to ask somebody else.
Exactly.
You're the player. You're the expert.
No, I'm not the expert.
I'm gonna go with Mitchit.
You are the expert. You have to tell us.
I'm gonna go with Mitchit because he's in his hometown, and how special would it be for him to get the Final Four MVP? I don't know if they win, but he can be a good candidate.
Exactly. So she said the same, but she said nicer,
I
Nobody's,
don't know, but you have to
nobody
go.
knows.
Nobody knows.
That's why we tune in. So hey, tune in tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in today.
Yeah, tomorrow 9:30 Central East Time, we will have the last years talking about predictions, talking about what we can expect on the big final of the Final Four EuroLeague here in Belgrade. Thank you so much, Theo, for joining us, for your experience, being so nice and sharing so much with us in 30 minutes.
Thank you very much for the nice hospitality and the nice conversation we had.
Yeah, and
All the best.
tomorrow we'll see you and we'll see who wins and who takes the MVP award.
I said both of them, so I will be.
You can't lose.
We'll find you. We'll find you. Thank everyone for watching. Thank you for your comments. Again, tomorrow, see you at 9:30. Dane, thank you so much. And don't forget that you have the EuroLeague discount F420. You can get a 20% off on the 2 last remaining games for this Final Four. And you can also purchase the individual games for each game to watch your favorite team. Don't forget that you can follow all the EuroLeague news and stay tuned with social media, EuroLeague social media, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, whatever works best for you. We'll be watching. Have a good day and see you tomorrow.